Hey everybody, it's Brian here, and this time I have my beautiful wife with me, Shanta,
As promised.
as promised. Hey baby.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
So, before we start what we said we were going to do, I just want to say that I have been trying to encourage my husband to share his story for quite some time. And sometimes spouses are better at hearing things from other people. And so,
Yes, we are.
enough people now and have encouraged him to share his story. And I think the icing on the cake was a book that we've been, an audio book. It's available in print too, but we've been listening to the audio book that sort of better articulated what I was trying to say to him. It's a book by Carl Lentz called Own Your Moment. And so I'm just going to read what it says. Your brokenness can be a bridge to somebody else's wholeness. It's counter to our culture to choose to be vulnerable enough to even acknowledge our weaknesses, let alone share about it so others can learn from it. Yet there's so much power and freedom in it. It's one thing to share about your success stories. It's an even better thing to encourage people who may be on a similar journey and could use the encouragement that comes with knowing they're not alone in some common struggles. Your losses in life will resonate with people far more than your wins ever will. So who can you encourage with your story? And in prayer ministry, we talk to a lot of people, and we see a lot of people who say the same thing. I know that the word says to love your neighbor. I know that the word says to be forgiving. I know that the word says stand strong. But what does that look like on a daily basis? What does it look like when I have utility termination notices on my door? What does it look like when I have hungry children and I'm short on resources? And so our hope, or my hope, is that as we share this health journey and some of our parenting journey, that we're able to share sort of the day-to-day things that... You're eating licorice in the middle of the video?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, y'all.
Our hope is just that you can find something that will help you get through what you're going through. And I have been asking Brian not to wait until he gets kidney transplant or his healing manifests, but to talk about it now. We know what's coming, but why wait? We're not waiting to do anything else in our life post-kidney. We're going to start doing things now. We're going to believe God that he'll be healthy enough for us to keep appointments and give us opportunities to speak and share.
Yes,
so
indeed.
That's a lot of deviating from the plan, but this post is supposed to be about the fact that we don't all come into this world, contrary to popular belief, with a clean slate. We all are born into a family with their bloodline, their DNA, and we are predisposed to our history.
Yeah.
We're predisposed to, in a good way and a bad way. Like, some people are born into wealth, some people are born into poverty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for our purposes, we're talking about health. And so Brian came into this world with a lot of generational issues, we call them.
A lot of generational issues. Things like heart and vascular disease.
Which your dad and your mom, heart disease is rampant in your mom's family.
Yes.
And then your dad had vascular disease.
Things like that aren't natural health things like, adultery.
It's a history of adultery and divorce.
Alcoholism, drugs and drug addiction.
Promiscuity we talked about.
Yeah, promiscuity. That falls a little bit into adultery. But, the one thing that I'm going to kind of focus on in this video is diabetes. So diabetes actually starts my journey of
Your health challenges. Well, we covered predispositions, but we're out of time. We said we'd only make each one 5 minutes in hopes of appealing to millennials and other people. Oh, and ADD, people with ADD, because we understand. We understand your pain. So tune in next time when Brian will share the story of being diagnosed with juvenile diabetes. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Love you.
Thanks. Remember to like, share, and tell everybody out there about it.